Hello world, I'm back with another video, and in this case I'm going to play with Next.js and React, of course. And here's where we're gonna continue. Some time ago I posted a video about Rails Hotwire where I was building a to-do list app, and I just keep coming back to this idea of a to-do list app, however stupid that sounds because you already have thousands of to-do lists. However, I have some ideas that would work for me. I just want to play with it. I just want to have a little fun, build it. So I'll show you where we are so far. I've just played with it for a little bit. We got a little draggable sidebar with lists. And if I open the list, I can rename it and I can edit it like that, or I can delete it. That's all we have. Now, the tech stack is Next.js, React, and my new favorite framework called Chakra UI. This is kind of like Tailwind, except that you build your components not using class names, but using React properties. So we'll give this a try. All right, well, let's just get started. I think I have a list someplace. Actually, I'm just gonna continue where we left off. So here I have my lists, and we're gonna create a new task in my list. So let's just get to it. And the reason why I'm making this video is really just want to show you how easy it is to build something with Chakra UI and React Next. So this one right here, create list item. Let's give it a little highlight. We'll do background equals purple. That's 200. Just want to show you what it looks like, where it is. It's right there. So I'm gonna copy this stuff because I want to use the same thing for creating a new task. So this tasks view is what we see on the right pane. So we add a list here, and inside that list we'll add that list item. And we gotta import a few things. So we'll import list item. We'll add, let's just not do any handler now. Let's do list icon. Small add icon is good, and we'll do add task. Great. Okay, let's put a little space between. Now this is something I don't know how to do with Chakra. If I just want to put a little bit of space, so I want this box, let me actually show you this box right here, right now, is the whole thing. And I want each of its children to have a space between. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to do margin bottom like that. I could, that would work. But I want to do something like give it some space in here. Like space, but it doesn't have that. So let's just look for something. We got a box component here. Let's see what it can do. I'm gonna scroll down to some properties. I'm not seeing any properties. Let's just read it. Most abstract component, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it renders div element. It doesn't do much. How about stack? All right, this could be it. Oh, look at that. You can stack elements together and apply a space between them. That's what we need. I don't know what this is. I'm not gonna study that. Anyway, it looks like stack is what we need. Yep. So we're gonna use stack, and it has spacing probably, sorry. So we'll do stack here, and spacing, very well. And that's what I was going for. Now we can adjust the spacing like that, and we're good. Okay, one more thing that bothers me is there's some extra, there's a little bit of extra padding on the left from this. So what's happening here? Is it the list? It's this li that makes it, and we have padding x right here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, better, much better. All right, so for now, I want to create a task through a model. And later it's going to be nicer. I'm going to follow like the I'm gonna follow the things UI a little bit because that's the nicest app for whatever, for task management. Let's see if I can open it. Done that. So So I have already been inspired by things. You can notice that my dragging of things is very similar to how it works here. And we're just gonna, this is just about playing, okay? So, we can copy whoever we wanna copy. Anyway, the way they can add a task is much nicer. There's a whole animation and it shows up right here. And we're not gonna bother with that because this is an MVP. And for my MVP, it's not about being perfectly polished. It's about doing something that other apps can't do. And I have some ideas about that. I'm not gonna tell you yet. You're gonna see. You gotta keep watching. But I have some ideas that things, you can already notice in things that I have some different ways how my stuff is organized. So this app will just support that automatically. So like, for example, these tasks under errands, they get a separate section because I want, like, once I go out, I want to do all the things on my errands list like that. Or like we have someday here, but that should be really hidden from me, from my main view. They have someday as well, but I don't really use it. Anyway, let's get back to coding. And I'm gonna talk about to-do list apps right now. It's going to be that would take a very long time. So back to coding. When you click add task, I want to show a model that will let you add a task just like this one. So what I want to do here is create a new component just for this add task button. So just as we have create list item, I'm going to create task item, and we'll copy this one. We'll import everything. I wish there was a faster way to import everything like that. If there is, please let me know in the comments, because I don't know how to do that. But anyway, we have added we have copied everything here. So we'll just use it here. Good. Now, inside this one, we'll wrap this in a fragment. And what we'll do here is add is creating, set creating, use state false. So when you click here, we're gonna set creating to true. And let's create a model for this. So we'll just copy this one. Let's just copy the markup here. And we'll create it's going to be called edit task model.tsx, just like that. Actually, const edit task model return. All right, let's just import everything. This one will say edit. I'll just say create a task for now. Later, we'll make it to support editing existing tasks, but for now, we're just creating a task. So what's all this stuff? Oh, that's the save buttons. That's good. We'll do some properties. There's gonna be on close. Let me see something. Edit list. Is there a same property like there? I had another model somewhere. I had this one. So it has on close. I'm just making sure that we use the same name for this property everywhere. So there's going to be isOpen and there's going to be onClose. Those are the two properties we'll be passing in. So isOpen, Boolean, onClose, good. All right, there's that. So onClose, that's for cancel button. And for save button, we're gonna do const create task equals, let's do callback. Imported, creating the task. And so when you click save, actually this goes to form on submit. Let's call it handle save. And let's get the event here because we have to prevent default to avoid the form from being submitted. And here we'll do isOpen and here we'll do onClose. There we go. there's that. Now, yes, we're gonna need a form inside, so we get form control. This is all Chakra stuff, if you wanna know. And these things come pre-formatted, so they will already look nice. Of course, later on, I wanna do a bunch of customization because I don't like the exact little details. I don't like the exact shade of blue. I don't like the exact border radius, but we'll get to that later. For now, this is really beautiful, how easy it is to get some UI going, but we'll customize it for sure. Anyway, so this will be task, and we'll say enter the task. Focus border color, interesting. Okay, we'll get to that. So here we'll do const title, set title, use state. All right, so we're editing the task title here. That's good. So this shouldn't be done through here. This should be done through some kind of theme. Let me see, edit list model. I wanna see. So I don't wanna repeat myself with this thing. I don't wanna repeat it everywhere. So maybe we'll just keep it to default for now. Actually, kind of looks better with that lighter shade, doesn't it? Okay, never mind. We'll tweak the theme later. This is not too important, but I'll just remove it for now. I don't want it to be like in every input that I use. So that's good. Okay, anyway, we got the model here. Let's make sure it's exported. Okay, it's exported now. So now the item for adding one is going to have is creating. And if it is creating, we'll have edit task model. Is open. Okay, now this needs to be done differently. So the reason why I'm passing is open as flag, as opposed to doing this condition, is that in the future we want to make the model animate, and in order for it to animate, it must be always mounted, and we need to use this flag to decide if it's open or not. So that's just why we're not gonna use the condition here. We're just gonna always use it, but we'll use the is open flag like that, and we'll use the on close like that. That's it. That should do it. So if I click add task, pops up like that, and I can create it. Now, okay, we're getting somewhere now. We got a model. That was super fast, wasn't it? Like that literally took just a couple of minutes to do that. All right, so we'll save it in the database now, and we're using Firebase, of course. So I already have use create list that looks like this, and we're just gonna use. Okay, let me see. Let's see, update list. Okay, so one thing I got going here are these interfaces. So this is actually not organized properly. We're using Redux here, which I kind of want to get rid of. But Redux is only used for like little UI stuff. So it tells us which list is selected and which model is opened, and so on. So I wanna reorganize this stuff a little bit. For example, this model thing, it shouldn't even be in the. I don't really want it to be in the Redux state. I really prefer it like I did it here. So create task item just has a local state, and that's deciding if the model should be shown or not. So we'll refactor this later. But what I wanted to show you was these two interfaces, and these really define my list object that is coming from Firebase. So this is the important stuff. This is the list data, and let's take a look at Firebase. So let's take a look right here. All right. So actually, there's one more thing. There's is deleted. So let's add that. And for now, I'm trying to keep this Firebase code as lightweight as possible. So I just use these interfaces, and then when I get all my lists, it's a very simple thing. It looks like this. It's calling use Firebase query, which is a very simple helper. Doesn't really, well, it just does the Firebase stuff for me. and then it returns an array of lists. But this stuff comes straight from Firebase. There's like, we're not creating custom objects or anything like that. So I'm just keeping it simple for now. I might need to make it more complicated in the future. But the point is now these interfaces, they are not related to Redux, so they shouldn't be in my Redux directory. So what we'll do here is, I think we'll create a types directory. So we have Redux, and we'll be getting rid of that. But oh, we have types, look at that. Okay, so not like that. Not types like that. This is more like, oops. Okay. So these types are more like definitions. And I want to add types as for my objects. So let's do types. I could have called them models too. Models like that would have worked as well, but they're not really models because they're not classes. So I'll just stick with types. And here in types, we'll add list ts, and we'll copy this stuff over, list ts. So it doesn't belong in my Redux at all. Now this guy should complain a little bit. No, never mind. Something is going to complain. And if I want to get next to complain, I just have to run yarn build, and it'll show me where the TypeScript errors are, because by default it doesn't do that. I'm just gonna fix one thing here. Okay, that's better. All right, so let's go to list confirm model, delete list confirm model. Got an error here, so let's re-import the list. Just like that, save it. Let me run this again, see if it's still complaining somewhere. Still complaining, so delete list link. All right, no problem. Kind of strange that it only shows one error at a time, isn't it? I would expect it to show me all the errors. Okay. I saw another one. Maybe I should just look for. Maybe I should just look for this thing and fix it everywhere. All right. Okay. Yep, fix that. And what about this one? I'll just run build again. So I'm off list. Where's the error? Here we go. It should have used VS Code renaming or refactoring functionality that they have for this sort of thing. Let's build it again. Oh, come on. It's too early for this. It's not a list. It's 8 in the morning here, FYI. So if I seem a little out of it, that's the reason why. Let's get a little bit of music in the background. Let's find something on YouTube. Here we go. Gets a little something in the background. Pages index. Oh gosh, okay. So this is because my I renamed that to definitions, so tsconfig was there. Okay, interesting. So, alright, for now, let's just. Oh, the file is gone. What the heck? Alright, I did restore it. I I somehow deleted that definition file for React split root. Looks like it's finally working. Alright, so we're building now. Let's do yarn dev. So what was I doing? I was working on my types/list, and I'm going to do the same thing for task. Okay, so this one's called task. It's going to have task data, and there's going to be task data inside, and I can already tell that I'm going to need all these things. Title is just the title of it. Weight is what's used to for drag and drop. So weight is a numerical value that shows which one goes first. Is deleted. Well, I added that flag for lists because I don't want to just delete them. I want to trash them. I'll give a user a chance to restore their file if they want to. I don't know. So I might add. So I have some ideas for like estimating tasks. You can notice here in things, I'm using these emojis that are telling me how long a task takes, and it's basically an image of food. So cookie is something super quick, and there might be a slice of pizza, there might be a whole pizza. It's like this one would be a whole pizza because it's gonna take 15 minutes to do what it says, but I only have a slice, so it's maybe something bigger. So this is fine for now. We're just gonna focus on creating a task with a title and showing it in the list for now. So let's not worry about other fields just yet. Anyway, we have create list item here. No, not this one. We have use create list. So this one needs to work a little bit differently. It is currently getting a title here, but this should be really a little more universal. It should be like data, partial, and list data, like that. And we can check we can make sure the title is there, but here we're just gonna say data, like that. And these one will be the default values, so we always need these. Let's see where this is used, and where we use it here. Where we use it. I'm not seeing the error. Okay, here we go. So we'll just change it like that. Anything else? No, what's this red flag here? I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna run a yarn build for a sec, just to be sure. So creating list helper looks like this. And I'm thinking, should we extract the shared Firebase stuff into a helper? But I don't think we have to, because it's not that much code, really. Most of the stuff going on here is about figuring out the last weight and that kind of stuff. So I don't think we have to do that. However, there's one thing I forgot. For a task, it needs to belong to a list. And now we have two options how to structure our data. We can either nest it under lists, or it could be a separate collection and there could be a link to the list. And I was thinking what would be the right way to do it. But the truth is, I will often want to get all my tasks, no matter which list they belong to. So for that reason, I'm gonna choose, for now, list ID string, like that. This is really because, well, if I want to get like all the tasks that I currently have, I'm gonna have to, I'm not gonna iterate through each list and pick the tasks. That would be stupid. So for that reason, it's gonna be flat structure like that. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, now let's copy this helper right here. Use create task ts. Notice one thing. I'm using completely flat structure of my files. I don't know yet if I want to do it that way, but like for components, they're not grouped by screen or anything like that. There's just a bunch of components in one folder. Like I said, I don't know if this is a good way to do it. This is something that I'm trying. And if I ever change my mind, I can just organize them into folders if I want to. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's copy this stuff right here. We're not gonna use that for now. Use create task. So I'm gonna skip getting the last weight for now. We'll come back to that because I think weight, well, I don't really know how that will work yet, so that's fine. This one will be task data, and it will be, yeah, we can skip it if there's no title, that makes sense. And we'll get the tasks collection, and we'll do is deleted false, and we'll do weight to 0 for now. So this is the hook that will be creating my task, and it's time to use it. So let's go back to create task model. What was it? Create task item, edit task model. Okay, that's what it's called. So in the edit task model, let's get our hook. Use create what task? Where is it? Did I? Use create task. That's the one. All right. So when we save, we need a title. Can you notice the problem right now? Yes, we're missing this one. Title. Little quiz right there. Anyway, now we have a title, and we can say create with the title, and it'll save it. It should, at least. So let's try it. Let's open this everyday list, add a task, take out the trash. Oh, why didn't that work on the... Let's try it again, everyday, take out the trash. So hitting return key is not working at the moment. Let's try clicking save. That's not working either. So what is the problem? We got form submit here. Well, actually, it's just not, maybe it worked. Let's take a look in Firebase. It didn't work. No, I didn't. Oh, look at that. It worked. It worked. It's just not doing anything else because after we've created a task, we really need to call unclose. So call unclose here. And one more thing we could do is maybe disable the save button unless we have the title. So disabled if there's no title. How about that? No title, disabled. Perfect. We should do the same thing for adding lists. This one gets disabled if there's no title. Here we go. Perfect. So alright, so creating a task should now work. It's not showing up yet, and it's not showing up because we're not doing anything to make it show. So let's now take a look at use all lists like that, and we'll copy it. I actually don't like use all lists. I think it should be more like use find lists. So like find all the lists, something like that. Or get lists. Let's go with find lists. All right, ooh, that's a lot of renaming. That's okay. So let's rename the file. Use find lists. Rename that. I hope it updated everything. Did it? I'm not sure it did. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. It didn't update my file changes, but that's okay. We'll just get them manually. Ooh. What the heck? Okay. What? Okay, yarn build. I think I just broke everything. Use find lists. Oh, so the sidebar is telling me which file has errors. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. All right. Looks like no more errors. Let's try yarn build again. Oh, what's going on? All right, now, so use find lists, we'll copy that and we'll create another one called use find tasks ts. There is going to be one change. And the change is this is gonna take list ID. So it won't return all. Whoa, what's going on here? Why are we? Oh, what's up with that? Okay. Options like that. Okay. So it won't return all the tasks. It'll only return tasks for certain list ID. So I think we'll add another condition. We'll still order by these two things, is deleted and wait. But we'll add, okay, and one more thing. We're not querying lists, we're querying tasks now. So we'll copy this condition. First, it must not be deleted. And then the list ID must be equal to the list ID provided. So there's that. This should work. But we have to use it somewhere first, right? So tasks view, and we get a selected list here. So selected list ID. One more thing. Here, the list ID might be undefined. And all right, let's just make it optional like that. So let's do const cursor. Whoop. Needs to be done differently. All right. We'll do this. If list ID and we'll do return cursor dot all right, just like that. All right, well, yeah, it looks good to me. So what we'll do here is just get up. Okay, we got selected list ID here. And it's possible that this will be undefined. That's fine. So all tasks equal use find tasks. And list ID is selected list ID. All right, so now we get all the tasks. So here in my list, let's try to render them. And what should that look like? We'll copy this stuff right here, list item. So let's just see what that should look like. All right, let me see here. Do we need that? Do we need that? Well, I'll just keep it like that for now. Background not necessary, shadow not necessary, and we'll make it draggable later. Don't worry about that. But we're not there yet. User select, that's fine. Not necessary, not necessary. Not necessary. There's an H tag inside. That's not necessary at all. List icon. Well, maybe we can use some kind of something like a checkbox, right? So where do these icons come from? Okay, oh, here we go. So I need something for unchecked task, something like an empty box. Something like this plus, but without the plus, just the box. Doesn't seem like there's this thing, so maybe we'll just use, instead of the icon, maybe we'll just use checkbox. How about that? All right, so when it comes to the title, we'll just render it normally. But let's wrap it inside of text. Okay, interesting. We get some padding going there. I certainly don't want that. And let's see. Yeah, ooh, hold up. Why is this text being imported? It's not. So get it. We got it? Good. We got it. All right, well, that should do it. Woohoo! That did it. There's some very strange paddings still. Maybe get rid of this. Yeah, here we go. So now list, can we add some spacing here? Very cool. Let's do 2. Let's do 3. Whatever. Oh, look at that. So we got this checkbox from Chakra UI, and I'll customize this like crazy because I don't really like this default style. But it's really good to have something like that going on for free. All right. Looks like we are getting somewhere. All right. Well, I think this is it for now. So we've been able to. Oh, look at that! One more thing. The query requires an index. So I've seen this before. It needs to be resolved by creating an index for that table. So in this case, we'll combine list ID is deleted. Wait, we're gonna create this index so that I can run my queries. It's kind of strange in Firebase. It takes forever to create an index. It takes like 5 minutes. So we're not gonna wait. But for now, just keep in mind this is working pretty well. And we can move on to some other ideas, which is really great. So the next thing we want to do is just maybe like deleting these tasks, editing them, just kind of bringing in the basic functionality that we can see in things. So I want to implement right-click menus because we're just so used to that from desktop apps. And my goal with this is really to make it feel like a desktop app. Maybe not exactly look like a desktop app, but certainly I want those little interactions to match a real desktop application. So this is not working because the index is not created yet, if you're wondering, but we're getting there. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let me just see if we're getting the... Oh, there's one more problem. These tasks are not getting their list IDs. So this is a problem, and we can resolve this, I think. So if we have this create list, let's see, tasks view. If we have that, well, here this create task item is gonna take a argument, a prop, with the list ID being a string, like that, and we'll take the list ID and we'll pass it on to the model, and the model will know how to create the tasks. So we'll do list ID string, and one more thing. So hold up, let's just do this. This should do it. All right, so this guy requires list ID. Good. And this one now also requires list ID, and we'll pass the selected list ID. And this is going to complain because it might be undefined. So we'll only show this if there is selected list ID. It should always be there, but in case there isn't, we just won't show that create task item thing. All right, let's go back to database and let's delete all of these, all of the tasks. Let's see how that index is coming along. It's still building, so I don't think we'll get very far now, but I think we can try creating a new task and making sure that it gets the correct. Why are these still showing up? Just delete them all. One more thing, we can fix the key here. These shouldn't be showing up. I think it's some local storage stuff because I enabled offline storage. So let's try that again. All right, it's not showing up anymore. How's the index coming along? still building. So anyway, I'm gonna try creating a new task here now. I'll just do it for home improvement and order IKEA desk. Hold up. Oh, this is a problem. This should get reset when I close my model. So I think we already did it for edit list model. It's something like this. But because we don't support editing a task yet, it's gonna act a little differently here. We're just gonna, so when you mount, we're just gonna set it to empty string, that's it. Is this working? All right. It didn't work. It didn't work. Why? It should just reset it when I mount, right? Let's just restart this thing. Why is it not resetting? So weird, so weird. For this one, it works. But for this one, oh, that's strange. Oh, I know why. Because this is always mounted. So maybe we can do it on sopen when sopen changes. That works. So whenever you, we can do if sopen just to make sure it's called when we open the model. This is good for now. And we'll make it a little more complicated in a bit. But for now, this is perfect. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll see. I'm gonna check the index for the, okay, the index is up. So now the error is gone and this should actually work. So every day, oh, wait a second. It says requires an index, but I already created an index. So what's the problem? Is what? Oh, okay, so this is for the situation where when my task, when my list ID isn't provided. So it's when we get use find tasks, and if list ID is not there, it's going to use a different index. So we'll create that index too. But this one should be fine. So for every day, we'll do, I don't know, like buy some groceries. Didn't show up here. Oh, look at that. All right, now it's showing up everywhere. Never mind, we're gonna wrap it down for now, and I'll deal with this box later. It's probably gonna be just some really small issues. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. See you next time.